My name is Jim Klipp, and we are here with Clip It or Not. Today, I have this incredible opportunity of interviewing a potential candidate on the libertarian side. Today, I am interviewing none other than Heidi Zeman. Heidi, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. So nice to be here.
Well, thank you. I'm going to have some questions for Heidi today so we can get to know her just a little bit better and see if we feel that she is a quality candidate or not. I will let you decide. Heidi, why is it that you are running for president?
I care about the underprivileged and underrepresented in our nation, and I believe more and more of us are becoming underprivileged. As someone who believes in God, and also someone who believes in our Earth's indisputable physical properties, it seems like many of our laws have taken away our natural rights. Our Constitution and Bill of Rights are largely being ignored. I am for all the people. I'd like to add I am inspired by local Republicans, Mark Amadei with Tracy and Dean Heller here with Glenda.
So, with that said, why are you a libertarian and not a Democrat, a Republican, or even a Green Party?
Under the two-party monopoly, laws have been made which are contrary to our Constitution, laws that are basically illegal. There are fewer and fewer of us to tax to fund their insatiable spending. We are a nation of immigrants. Though often we hear other parties speak, we hear mostly divisive rhetoric. We as a nation, the majority of the population are becoming more like the Native American Indians, killed in wars and becoming more and more dependent on Uncle Sam. The Libertarians' basic platform is socially accepting and fiscally responsible, with minimum government and maximum freedom.
Why do you think that you are qualified for this job?
I am as infallible as all the other candidates. However, I do meet the three basic requirements. I am 35 years old or older. I am a born citizen, and I have lived here for 14 years. So as I'm building my political speaking skills, I'd like everyone to know that I am recently a personal victim of local law enforcement violations of my 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th Amendment rights. So while I'm battling local corruption, I'm also developing my political speak. I would like to be where George Washington said, and where corruption would be out of our country, which is we should be able to sit under our own fig tree, and there shall be none to make us afraid.
Very nice. What is your opinion of the Affordable Care Act?
Jim, I think it was a great idea by President Obama. It was a good deed. The problem is that even though it helps our most needy, it's making more and more of us become more needy. From personal experience, it's the working Americans who are being most penalized. It's creating an imbalance. So my solution is simple. We need to get government and insurance out of health care. Our bodies and minds are not responsible of any government or insurance company. The cost to go to medical school, buy malpractice insurance, pay for health insurance, has made the cost of health care obscene.
Obscene is correct. How do you feel about our recent negotiations with Iran?
George Washington and Ron Paul are non-interventionists, which I am. We should avoid allegiances with other nations and no war except to protect our country. Instead of policing Iran, we should devote our time, money, scientists, and strategy to defend our country from incoming attacks. Death to America? Is that what Iran's really saying? If so, why is John Kerry sitting there with them? It's not our job to police Iran or any other country.
Will you, like other candidates, resort to personal attacks on other candidates?
If I am attacked, I will defend myself in my positions with constitutional and natural law. If a warmonger chooses me, I will defend myself.
Excellent. And how do you, like we just had Mr. Trump come into the race, how do you intend to compete with these billion-dollar companies and individuals?
I am using social media with Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I've begun calling into radio shows, letting people know me, Heidi Zeman, sharing libertarian principles, and myself. so that people can know who I am. If I am blessed to be chosen as a Libertarian candidate, which will be decided in May 2016, then I will solicit contributions.
Excellent. I assume you've already put some people in place, so who do you have in mind for members of your cabinet, starting with the Vice President?
Well, Jim, thank you for accepting that role. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to look at my friends and fellow Libertarians and see who shares our values, and those are the people who will fill those positions.
And you think you're going to be able to fill the secretary positions, the agriculture, commerce, defense, and all those positions with these people?
Yes, indeed. Those who wish to return to our constitutional values.
Excellent. What, if elected, will you be doing on your first day as president?
It's going to be a very busy day. I will gather together my House, my Senate, and my Supreme Court, remind them of our duty to uphold our Constitution. I will ask that they bring me legislation by President's Day to repeal all unconstitutional laws, such as the Income Tax, the Harrison Act, Selective Service, and Digital Telephony Act. I will invite all world leaders to a Skype conference no later than St. Patrick's Day. I will discuss our $18 trillion national debt, let them know we are taking steps to reduce that and will be reducing aid. And I will also at that time announce free trade with a 2% tariff. I will use executive privilege to release all inmates sentenced under cruel and inhumane drug laws. I will declare all substances we put into our bodies legal. I will require audio and visual apparel on all law enforcement arrests. I will disallow profits for any government subsidized entities such as health insurance companies, where United Healthcare made record profits last year. As the first steps to privatizing all business, I will declare illegal immigrants are not criminals and request their help identifying traffickers, while simultaneously research ways to make immigration a less tedious process. And I will reinstate voting rights for all felons.
That is one heck of a first day. Why should people register as Libertarian and vote for you? My final question.
We are the fastest growing party because the Democrats and Republicans have been unable to relate to most of us. They are by nature partisan. They are swayed by large donors and lobbyists. The Libertarians take the best of the Democrats and their charitable hearts and the best of the Republicans with their individual rights, such as gun ownership. We look what's best for all of us, not what's best for the politicians' special interests. So vote for me as a registered Libertarian and watch me as I do all I possibly can to restore our constitutional and natural rights. You have nothing to lose and only liberty to gain.
Excellent. Well, Heidi, well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate all your honest answers to my questions. And audience, I leave it up to you. Do we clip it or not?